What's going on, guys? Are you having any issues with your TIG welder? Maybe you've gone out and bought a budget TIG welder and all of a sudden the high frequency isn't working, or it's not working as consistent. You go to bring your TIG torch down to your metal, you go to press the trigger, and all you hear is a buzzing sound from inside your machine. Well, today I've got a possible fix for that. Stick around. Now, before we get into this, I got a little bit of safety stuff to tell you. This is for demonstration purposes only. Do not take the cover off. There are capacitors inside your welder that can electrocute you whether or not you are plugged in or not. They store high current energy, and you will get electrocuted if you put your hand in a wrong place. So don't think that because you pulled the cover off and you unplugged it that you're safe to touch anything inside. There are components that are still energized within that. So take it to somebody. This is for entertainment purposes only. This unit here is the Anson 205S. Now, if you're finding that your high frequency TIG torch is getting more and more difficult to start, or even maybe you got to touch your tungsten to your work, almost like a lift start, because it's sputtering or it's being a little erratic, sometimes you got to set the point gaps on that. Now on this machine, that came from the factory set at 28 thousandths. And you can see those little screws left and right. Those are how you can adjust that. That's slotted and they slide in and out until you can get that gap, or that point gap between those two pieces, to 28 thousandths. Now what happens is, let me turn this on. When you press the TIG torch, you're going to see a spark. That's what initiates the TIG. And the way you set that gap is you can pick up what's called a feeler gauge. You can get these at any auto parts store. And in there, they're just little calibrated thin pieces of metal. I've pulled out the one that we need for this machine. That's 28 thousandths of an inch. You slide that little end in between that little gap that you see right there, and you make that so that it's 28 thousandths of an inch gap between it. Then you just tighten down the screw to ensure that that's the gap, and your TIG torch will work like new again, if that's what the problem was. After a while, over time, that makes a little bit of a spark and an arc, and those two pieces of metal arcing from one to the other, that gap will open up. So if you take a little piece of emery paper and just sand each side of that surface and then set it to whatever your manufacturer recommends for that gap, your TIG torch should work like new. And that's all there is to it, guys. I hope maybe this shed a little bit of light on it, maybe even saved you a little bit of money, because maybe you thought that your TIG torch was going out and might have saved you from buying a new torch. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to know what I'm working on before it even makes it up to YouTube, you can check me out in the links below. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram. And till next week, guys, I'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.